Hi. So I've been for a while now planning and thinking about my Bibbulmun track end-to-end hike that I'm going to be doing later in the year. Planning to hike through October, starting at Albany and coming north. I live in Perth, so the idea of hiking home sort of appeals to me. But in doing some research and a bit of planning, thinking about gear that I'd use on the hike, looking at YouTube, there wasn't too much in the way of Bibbulmun track information on people's gear. Unlike some of the long distance trails in the States, like the Appalachian and Pacific Crest Trail, where there's lots and lots of discussion about gear that people use. What I had seen, and also from when I've been out on the trail myself over the last few years, most people in doing Bibbulmun end-to-end still are very much in a traditional Australian style type hiking mode, as opposed to the more popular and growing through hiking style of hiking that you see in the long distance trails over in the US. Last year I spent 4 weeks hiking on the Pacific Crest Trail, starting in Oregon, heading up through Washington State and finishing in Canada. And I'd done quite a bit of research before then to work out the best way to make that as comfortable as I could for myself with my gear and my pack, and also while I was on the trail, just in terms of talking to other people that are experienced through hikers and how they set themselves up. So I am really keen to do my Bibbulmun end-to-end hike with a total pack weight that varies between, say, about 9 and 11.5 kilos, roughly, maybe 12 maximum, which includes all gear, food and water, for, say, a 5-day stretch, which is about the longest that I'm looking at doing at this stage. There's a few reasons why I want to do this, but one of the biggest ones is so I don't feel like at the end of the day that I'm carrying a pack like this. So I'm very keen to keep my pack weight down, just to make the day-to-day hiking process more enjoyable and easier. Also, a really big motivator for me is that I want to keep doing this when I'm quite a bit older. I hear some stories of an 80-year-old doing an end-to-end on the Bib, and last year when I was on the Pacific Crest Trail, there was an 82-year-old doing a through hike. And for me, I still want to do this when I'm quite a bit older than I am at the moment. And I figure the best way to do that is to look after my body and not to produce too much wear and tear. And having a light pack really helps in that respect. Another aspect of it is that I really am thinking that I'll do my end-to-end on the Bib over a period of about 30 days. That'll be just over 4 weeks. I'm not really going to rush it. I enjoy the walking aspect. I know that from when I was on the PCT last year, the physicalness of it on a daily basis, hiking was great. I really enjoyed that. And I'm happy for the camping side to be a little bit more primitive while my hiking time is the easiest and most pleasurable. And it's a bit of a feedback loop. The lighter you are, the slightly quicker you go, therefore the less food you have to carry, therefore the lighter you are. And for me, targeting 30 days to do the trail means I'm not away from home quite so long as some of the usual sort of 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks of the type trips, because 4 weeks is enough to be away from home. I want to get back home to my family. So what the purpose of these vids is to just series of videos is just to sort of highlight the approach that I'm taking with a through hiker's perspective that you might see if someone coming out from the States, to hiking on the bib track. I think a 10 kilo, 11 kilo pack is pretty easy to target once you sort of go through your gear. And I know certainly when some other American thru hikers like the girl/lady Wired, who went through late last year, she was similarly set up with a 13, 14, 15 pound base weight, and did her hike in 28 days or whatever, which is pretty typical sort of speeds that you see in the long distance hikes in the States. From the PCT last year, I know I can do 30, 35 kilometers per day without too much difficulty, and I can push that out to 40 k's a day when I need to. It's still very pleasant hiking, and it's not really a problem for me, and the bib track is pretty easy hiking overall. The hut spacings are, as we all know, around about 20 k's apart, so I figure I'm going to be double hutting reasonably frequently, and trying to get that sort of 30, 35 k's a day, which would be able to put me on time frame to be able to do the hike in about 30 days. What I've done is I've broken down the gear into the sort of main categories that are fairly typical, and just done a short video on each of the individual categories. But this is the final product. This is what it will look like. So with this, I've got around 5 kilo base weight. So it's about 11 pounds, 11.5 pounds in US weights. So it's, in terms of the layout of gear on it, I've got my spot tracker there at the front. This front mesh pocket has my shelter, so it's got my bivvy bag, the tarp, the tent pegs on the side, and my wet weather gear, so in terms of my long pants and my wet weather jacket, and also for quick easy access, which won't be needed, but it's there, is the compression snakebite bandage. On the side, on each side, there's a water bottle pocket, so 1.25 litres capacity on each side. In the top pocket, I've got my key electronics, sat phone, EPIRB, charging gear, maps that I use during the day, flash, head torch, and a few other bits and pieces like that. And side pockets on either side usually have food snacks for along the way during the day on the left side, and then other bits and pieces like sunburn cream and things like that on the right hand side. So as I say further into the videos, it's a frameless pack, but it's very light at a 5 kilo base weight. So once I get my food and water and a gas cylinder into it, for a 4-day period, it should be around 10.5 kilos, something like that, depending on how much water I'm carrying. And that's all I need. So yeah, so I hope the videos following with a breakdown on each bits of gear are useful to people, and really sort of looking at a American thru hike style gear and pack approach to doing my bib end to end in October, which I'm really looking forward to. Can't wait. I've done quite a few section hikes on the bib, but I've never actually done a end to end all in one go before. Cheers.